Yeah, for you who were fortunate to catch last night's fight in Nottingham, well, I think we have all witnessed a candidate for a fight of the year, surely. I'm talking about the fight between Lee Wood, who was like the champion. Holds still the regular WBA featherweight title, and the challenger Michael Conlan, who was undefeated coming in. Well, he would already had two losses, but he was looking good in his last fight. Also, he stopped what's his name, Xu Kang something. Yeah, Chinese contender, very solid. Kang Xu, yeah, in 12th round. So also here it went the same way, but it was a very dramatic fight. It almost didn't go Wood's way because at the very end of the first round he was caught by a big left hook from Conlan. He fell down, of course, and it almost, I mean, to me it looked like, oh, wow, now this is a knockout. I don't think he's gonna make it. But he got up, to his credit, and was allowed to continue by the ref. And yeah, that's how it went. So yeah, it was a. And then also in the beginning of the second round, Conlon jumped him, and it looked like the fight would end right there and then, but it didn't. I was surprised at Wood's chin, because he did take also a few more big shots at the beginning of that round when, yeah, but he weathered the storm. I mean, even though Collins actually, this surprised me at box track. It said that he's actually 1 inch taller, but he's still well. I don't know if that's true. I mean, Wood looked a bit taller to me, but anyway, Wood has a more developed body. He's a more like a natural, I don't know, super featherweight or even lightweight. He looks that way, while Conlan looks, like a true featherweight more. And so then Lee Wood managed to come back a little bit in the later part of the second, and in the third round, I think he won probably that round. But again, Conlan came back and won the next 3 rounds or something like that. I think, yeah. So, and then it was a lot of back and forth. But somewhere after the eighth round, I thought Conlan became a little bit too content to just throw the left hook, and he wasn't throwing enough, and that turned out to be his a big mistake because he kept trying to catch Wood with that one big clean punch, and most often the left hook, because that seems to be his money punch. But yeah, I kind of felt bad for him. But so anyway, in the 12th round, Conlan, I mean, everybody I think had Conlan ahead at least by 1 point, but and Tony Bellew had him up by 1 point. But others I've seen, before, afterwards, for instance, my good friend Jamie Bourne, shout out to him. He had, I think, Conlan leading by like 105, 102 or something. Yeah. Yeah, actually, yeah, Conlan got kind of knocked down at the end of the 11, but that looked a little bit more like a slip to me. But maybe it could have been a knockdown because their punch landed just as he slipped. It looked like that, that punch landed. So it was a little bit hard to say whether it was a real knockdown or just Conlan being unfortunate. Yeah, so now I talk like Mike. Well, I'm not gonna. Well, anyway, yeah. So in the 12th round, I guess Wood and his trainer Ben Davis and they both knew that they needed a knockout. Most likely to win. Even though this was in Nottingham, but Wood had been down already once, and he had lost many rounds already. Like I think I had Conlan up like 7 rounds to 3-1 even. So yeah, he was definitely ahead. Even with the knockdown going ahead of against him. So that would be like 114, well, 1-4, one. How do you call it? 102 or something, or let's say one. Yeah, something like that. I think I had. So. If the fight had gone the distance, it would have ended a draw, most likely. Sorry, because Conlan was knocked down in the 12th, but he was knocked through the ropes and he just couldn't get back. He was badly hurt. And yeah, he seemed hurt before that also. But anyway, what a fight! What a finish to that fight! Wow, that's such a classic. You know, you can hardly beat a fight like this that's like begins with a big knockdown in the first round, and then goes to 12th round, and then there's a knockout in that last round, like from a Rocky movie, right? So yeah, so Conlan is now, he has recovered. They say, and that's of course very good to hear. And but I'm kind of sad for him because he did look like a better man most of the fight. But that's boxing. That's boxing. It's not always the better guy who wins, of course. Sometimes it's the more determined guy, the fresher guy, the stronger guy, harder punching guy. Even though Wood is not harder punching in Conlan, I wouldn't say so. In fact, in the first like half or even more of the fight until the late rounds, it didn't look to me as if Wood was capable of really hurting Conlan but Conlan also slipped many of his punches, when he was against the ropes. He's got a pretty good head movement and defense and all that. So he managed to slip many of his punches. Yeah, yeah. I mean, Wood is definitely not a one punch guy, so he's guy who breaks his opponents down, and then when they are already go, gotten enough damage, he stops them. That's how he works obviously. While Conlan simply just relied too much on his left hook. He should have thrown more with both hands. I think. And actually, such fighters frustrate me because they wait too long. They just hesitate too much to throw a punch, and that's not good. So that worked against him in the end. I think had he been a little more like aggressive, and he could have gotten Wood out maybe in the 6th or the 7th round, something like that. But it went how it went, so that's the learning curve. So I didn't actually know that Conlan is already 30 years old because he looks a lot younger. He looks like 21 or something. So but anyway, he's got a few years to go also before he is finished as a fighter. So yeah. As for Wood, he's holding this title and he's supposed to. I think they have him fighting Leo Santa Cruz next, or Leo, how they could say it in America. We shall see. And I don't think he will remain champion very long if he and he's only interested in fighting the best guys out there, which is good also. But here, I'm not don't want to say he got lucky, but a little bit, yeah, maybe you can say he got lucky because first of all, that big knockdown, the first round came so late at the bell, right? If it had come like 30 seconds earlier, or 50 or 60, that would have been the end of it, I think. Yeah, pretty much. But that's boxing once again. That's boxing. Yeah, sometimes you got the time on your side, so sometimes you don't. But for what it's worth, it was really a great fight. So thank you for watching this. See you. Bye bye.